change managers need to be from BAU. They need to understand the business. That's the step one to understand the stakeholder. Then they must produce the baseline for all benefits. Lastly, these change managers must collect the data to understand progress. All this occurs within the program post-project implementation in the cool-down phase, okay, for betting on. Okay, do you use change managers to do the above? If not, how do you do it?
Well, I'll touch on the last. It's a really good question. I'm not going to speak a ton on change management. I do have a change management certification, but it is not my main. But obviously, as you know, we interact with change managers all the time. Yep. And I do like the question though for embedding them into some of these things. And we do use like change managers for doing, but I think like a lot of organizations, there really needs to be more collaboration and more really mixing of what a change manager and project managers do. And there's also overlap. We also know that we have to be change managers and change managers have to know some about project management. But I just want to touch on your part there on producing a baseline for all the benefits. Lastly, these change managers must collect the data to understand the progress. Sometimes I've seen, like in organizations, sometimes project or actually program managers will take that function to be able to kind of watch that data in the, whether it's reporting, dashboarding, to kind of collect that data and actually create that baseline themselves. That's what I have seen more. Yeah. But then using that change manager piece there, and instead of them collecting that, although I think they can, I have seen more to where like the program or project collects that information, and then, or even a business analyst, which is I'm thinking where you went with your maybe BAU, maybe business analyst, but I'm not sure. Then you collaborate that between your business analyst, between your project, and between your change to say, here's all the data. And then you bring that to that change manager, say, okay, we've got to make some changes. How do we get from current state to future state and start developing that change management plan with that data? So I think that can go both ways. I think it could be a change manager function. And you did specifically ask the question, do we use change managers? Yes, we do, but more so in that example that I just used, to where that, and hopefully in your organizations too, that we use our change managers to really collaborate with them and understand what their function is, and not kind of just use them as a, communication piece. So. Yeah.
All right. Good. Thank you. Thank you for question. Thank you for explaining it very nicely. Okay.